political speech. Okay? A few facts, a few things. Number one, I like your boots and your belt.
When they come on your clothing, you're in trouble.
I happen to have moved here from Texas, so I recognize it. Okay, that's Texas boots and Texas belt. Okay. Questions? I have 3 social issues. Healthcare, which you talked about, specifically on healthcare. Okay? My question is, the pharmaceutical companies have patents. You're familiar with patents. Their patents do not expire for umpty years. That is total nonsense. You talk about controlling drug prices, that's one of the ways. Get rid of them. Okay? Other industries invest and hold patents, not forever. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll respond to each one of them. With respect to patents, and actually I've introduced a piece of legislation with a Republican colleague called the CREATES Act to address this issue. We do need pharmaceutical companies to have patents because people won't invest in developing a new drug if the day after they invent it, it can be stolen. So there has to be some way to protect that property for some reasonable period of time so they can recover what they invest. That's why we have patents for lots of things. But one of the practices of drug companies that would help manage this is, right now, after a certain period of time, generic drugs can be developed. One of the things that is required to do that is the company that has the patent for the original drug, they have to share a certain quantity with the people developing the generic so they can run trials and stuff. What a lot of these drug companies do is they refuse to sell the drugs to the company developing the generic. And if they just delay it a couple of days, they can realize, because they get to hold on to a drug where there's no generic drug. So we introduced a piece of legislation that would create a cause of action for a generic drug company to sue a pharmaceutical company who unreasonably refuses to give the samples so the generics can go to the market more quickly. So I think you do have to have a patent because you have to be sure that people just aren't stealing what you develop. Sometimes it costs millions of dollars to discover a drug and they need some reasonable opportunity to recover that. But preventing generics from going into the market is unfair, and we're trying to adjust that in my bill.
I don't mean to argue on the point. I came from telecommunications. We invested millions of dollars in a product. We didn't have the same patents that pharmaceuticals have. And I'm giving you an analogy.
You do or you didn't have the same?
We did not. Right. Okay? So that is totally unfair. Let me move on to my next point. Immigration. What is your position on immigration?
I'm very proud to be a co-sponsor of a comprehensive immigration bill that's supported by Democrats and Republicans that was introduced in the last Congress. It'll be reintroduced in this Congress. That ensures that we secure our borders, create a pathway to citizenship, ensure that people who are here as part of the DACA program get to become citizens. Young people came here as children. We, I think, have benefited enormously from people who come to America for the same reason my great-grandparents came here, to build a better life, to create more opportunity. Our immigration system is broken. It needs to be fixed, but we, I believe, need to continue to be a beacon for the world, a place that invites people from all over the world to be here, to come to America, to contribute in many different ways that immigrants have contributed.
Do you really think that's what's happening today, sir?
Absolutely. I see evidence of it everywhere in our...
No, I mean under the Trump administration.
No, of course not. I don't think that's what happened. I would say that President Trump does not agree with me.
Okay.
I think that is a fair assessment.
Yeah. I want to know what's happening now.
Oh, what's happening now is the president is, well, he hasn't yet reversed DACA, but the president has directed his Director of Homeland Security, now an acting director, to begin deportations. We had a meeting with then Secretary Kelly, in which he talked about the administration's plans to build new facilities to detain parents and put children in a separate facility and put children in foster care. I think the president's position on immigration is pretty clear.
Last but not least, we talk about jobs in manufacturing. When you say manufacturing, What kind of manufacturing?
Well, Rhode Island, I think, is a great example of the growth of what most people call advanced manufacturing. So this is manufacturing that requires a higher level of skill, a higher level of technology. Rhode Island was just ranked first in New England in a Brookings report in terms of the growth of advanced manufacturing. So this is, more highly skilled manufacturing. I go to manufacturing facilities pretty regularly, and when I talk to folks in those facilities, they all acknowledge very often that they have positions available, but it requires a higher level of skill, some additional training, not necessarily a 4-year college degree, but some post-secondary education. It used to be the case you could go where your mother and father worked in a manufacturing facility, graduate from high school, get a good paying job, buy a house, send your kids to school. It requires more than that now. This is a higher skill, and so part of what I've been focused on is how do we create that career path, and how do we ensure that we have apprenticeship and job training to give folks the skills that they need. The governor has used some federal job training money to start a new thing called Ready Jobs Rhode Island, very focused on, for example, electric boat. That's advanced manufacturing, but people need some additional skills, so I think we should stay very focused on it.
So, if I'm reading you correctly, you are not talking about manufacturing the way the administration is talking about manufacturing.
I'm not sure how the administration is talking about manufacturing.
I'm not sure either. That's what I'm trying to clarify.
Yeah. Okay. He just, today the president abolished this manufacturing council after several people were
And his business council.
Yeah, he abolished both of them.
So, just as an aside to the manufacturing thing, let me give you 2 examples. There is Philips in Holland and Siemens in Germany. They will train you on the job for future jobs. Okay? Are we looking at similar things?
Yes, and Germany is a great example. Don't let people tell you you can't have advanced manufacturing and pay people good wages. German manufacturers have some of the best wages in the world. They invest in apprenticeship, job training. It's a great model and absolutely something we're currently looking at.
And are we going to follow that, sir?
Well, it's not up to just me. If we're up to me, yes.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, that is actually built into the Make it America agenda, that idea of apprenticeships, paid job training, making sure employers are very involved in the development of job training, so we're training folks for the jobs that actually exist, using junior colleges so that they're part of building these systems.
Okay, because creating these jobs in the Midwest for the Rust Belt and the coal industry.
No, we have to create it here in Rhode Island.